Hi, welcome to One Word a Day, the last day of November, and we're coming to the end of this special three-character a day expression. So today we're going to talk about 高级黑. Yesterday we talked about 低级红. Hong, because of its tie with the communism color, therefore it's confirmation of the belief, the faith, the supporting of the communism ideal. And then hate, on the contrary, is you're not praising it. You're actually attacking it. You're actually standing up on the opposite side of the Hong. So in this case, culturally, Hong and Hei are actually the opposite, the polar opposite of your political standing. So Hong is the communism standing. Hei is the disillusioned or utopian version or understanding of communism. So 高级黑 means on a higher level, you're actually is on the opposite side of communism. These two expressions are often paired together. 低级红 means on the surface level, on the first reading, almost like you're singing the same song, right? You're following the same narrative of some praising of how everything goes so well story, propaganda, right? And then on a higher level, like if you read into the words, kind of a re-rendering of the same narrative. And then you may or may not realize the embedded message there actually is to ridicule this whatever policy or narration of the true situation of human conditions. So one is from the government, the CCP, Communist Party, version of story, and the other, the twist of the meaning, is actually the black, not the red version. The black version is the higher level reading of the story. So that's at least in 2023, it's a pretty common thing of a lot of people's online commentary of the current policy or storyline of the state-owned media, their story, everything positive, everything growing, looking good, and then the twist of that. I find this is the wisdom of the everyday people, the underdogs of Chinese, that they cannot really verbalizing their concerns of the society. They have to go along the streak of the state media told story and add their own spin to it to make whoever on the same ground, same level of understanding of the current situation to get the message. So it's kind of an indirect way of expressing or attacking the current policy. That's 高级黑. All right, 高comes from this two-story being towering thing. So this is the ancient architecture of at least two stories. Visually, you can look, this is like the roof, right? Two windows. And this is the first story, big arch thing, means structure already propped out, like things are not collapsing there. And therefore, you can go to the second story safely. So this architecture-based visual means two-story high architecture, whatever building that is, that means high. And high is in relative terms to humans, because humans, most likely of us, are going to fit in one story high, right? We have to be able to enter, to move, hold our activities within this one story height. But if it's two-story high, that means in relative to human height, it's definitely higher than what you can on your eye level see. So this is Chinese way to kind of give you this relative, because human, we are measuring the world dimensions based on our own dimension. That's our principle of understanding the world, right? It has to be able to relate to us. So it has to be relative to us. So Chinese use this two-story building to make sure it's higher than a regular human height. Okay, that's 高. 级. 级 on the left side is the textile symbol, which is two spools of thread connected and all the way comes to this fabric form. So again, the spools of thread, fiber, thread, or yarn is one-dimensional. Made into fabric, like this draping, you can already visually see that's two-dimensional, right? So the whole thing is almost like a super simplification of the process from the thread coming on the spool becomes the yarn and all the way to the fabric. So the whole chain of fabric processing. And then the right side is three-finger hand symbol, side view of human figure, that kind of hunched over like that. So this means reach out to your hand to kind of give a tap to the person in front of you. That's a scholar's explanation of this hand reaching out to try to reach another person's. So eventually it means just reaching out, hand reaching out. And in this reaching paired with textile, that means, in my understanding of this fiber or yarn, how far can the yarn reach? And that's a classification of the yarn quality because the longer is better. In textile business, longer fiber creates more smooth surface. Shorter fiber like cotton is rougher on the skin. Longer fiber like silk is more silky, right? It's more smooth. It's like made into your loungewear more likely. And that's the preferred fiber. So this fiber length from short to long depends on how far the fiber can reach, right? Then becomes this classification of fiber quality, and then extend into beyond the textile to any other domains of business to have this grade of whatever material that is, whatever measuring that is, to give you the sense of it comes in different grade. Okay, so then that's level. So high level. Hei comes from this cookware, I guess this is a cookware, and then have two fires underneath the cookware. So this is the bonfire, the main body of the fire, and the two sparkles of the fire. And then there's another fire beneath it. So that's the first reading. And eventually somebody else also show a different rendering of that. So this, instead of being pot or cookware that you propped up in the air so that you can have fire beneath it, right? Somebody else showed another rendering of it. This actually means a human figure. And the human figure have the two dots in there. That is an ancient punishment of kind of tattoo your face to say that you're sinned. So imagine what is called letter A. What's the novel's name? Gosh, I forget it. So it's like a people shaming, almost likely, right? And the letter A was like printed on the chest or something. It's still like you can cover it, but Chinese punishment in ancient times, it's like tattoo something permanently on your face. How humiliating that is. It's like you're wearing this brand. Oh, okay, like contemporary in American society, if you want to find a sex offender, you can Google somebody online to check out if a sex offender lived close by, something like that, right? But at least that's digitized. You don't really recognize that person unless you access such a database and you can match a face to that name or however it's digitized. But this ancient practice was branding that person on the face permanently to say that person committed a crime before. I mean, how punishing that is. You're not even in a database. You're a walking database, like permanently marked. So that's an ancient punishment. Then this tattoo, this on the face permanent mark, was said to be black color because they want to form a contrast to your skin color, of course. So this black coming from this ancient punishment of tattoo on the face was then related to color black. And we can also explain it by, the pot cooking on top of two fires, and the bottom of the pot are going to be burned, and that's going to be where you're going to get your black color, like a charcoal color in there. So in any case, two versions of the formation, the origins of this character. It means black, and black again, it means on the opposite side of the communism, like a disillusioned or disfranchised Chinese who are not buying into the narration of communism, and we call it 高级黑, highbrow ridicule. And I'm just using this black color to show that that's the wisdom. That's how Chinese in China, where they don't have freedom of speech to express their message, they code it by following the narration, and they exaggerate it to the extreme, or sometimes not even need to exaggerate it. You just verbalize it in a different way, give it a spin, and then other readers of the same message will see from the state-owned media storytelling to your reinterpretation of what that actually is. And then you're going to see the ridiculousness of that. That's 高级黑, and this provides a great segue to December's program that I want to focus on a month based on audience's feedback to talk about President Xi's keywords or catchphrases that he, besides being a country leader, he have to position himself as a thought leader as well, right? To be a thought leader, you have to have some of your words, your own personalized expressions in the Chinese speaking world. So I'm going to edit some expressions from Xi himself. He verbalized it that way. And eventually, of course, the state-owned media are going to pump it out to every corners of the society. And it then becomes incorporated into the lingo of everyday life, depicting, the goals, the visions of the country. So I think that's a good segue to what I'm going to talk about next month. I don't intend to get this channel political, but language, part of its function besides communication, it's communication from what perspective, right? So it gotta serve a certain social political function in there. So as a language channel, I cannot avoid that. So we're going to talk about that next month. All right. Catching to the currency of thinking by one word today with Sophie. See you another day.